Hello friends! Today I'm finally here with my end of the year flip through, and we are going to flip through my 5 binders. These are my collections as of the end of 2022. I know we're a little bit into 2023 already, but basically all the updates and everything that I've done, it was all just with cards that I got in 2022, and I haven't, changed anything on these binders in the new year yet. So even though it's a little bit late, it is still a end of the year flip through. And yeah, as I said, I have 5 binders. I have a Monsta X binder, 17 BTS, and then I have a boy group and a girl group binder. The boy group binder consists of Pentagon, TXT, Enhypen, and Tempest. And then my girl group binder currently only consists of Twice. That is the only girl group that I'm collecting as of, end of 2022, but a new one will join in 2023, and I'm very excited for that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, and let's start with the girl group binder and flip through that. Okay, this is my Twice binder. We're just gonna ignore this front page that is no longer up to date. And I collect Jihyo and Twice, and I collect her from Fancy onwards because that's when I, really started getting into Twice, and Feel Special is when she became my bias. I am definitely thinking of collecting more of her cards from the earlier eras, but we'll just have to see how this year goes in terms of my other collections, and just if there is a break in between somewhere, I'm sure that I'll collect more of her cards. But obviously, a Twice comeback is coming soon as well, so we'll see about that. That is my short but sweet Twice collection. Next is my boy group binder, and it starts with Pentagon. This collection is very near completion. These are the only 2 backlist cards that I need. Demo 1, Bane of My Existence. I say it every time. But I love this collection so much, and I'm really, really proud of it too. Pentagon was the second group that I started standing after BTS, and they just mean a lot to me, and I don't know, I just really love this collection. I like how it looks. And this is Pose. It's Kino Solo from last year. I'm definitely still in changing times with bigger inclusions, but I think for Pentagon I might not get rid of any of them, because a lot of the bigger inclusions for Pentagon are literally just the album inclusions. And then this is the We Live merch, which I love so much, means a lot to me as well, and I will never get rid of this either. So I think I'm just going to keep all of my bigger inclusions for Pentagon. But I am also still thinking of changing the order of this binder and actually starting with the youngest group, who has debuted the most recent instead of the other way around, but I'm not sure. Anyway, here is the TXT section. And this is definitely still very much under construction. It is just TXT at the end of the day. I love them very dearly. They are definitely one of my favorite groups. I think that they have one of the best discographies without question, but in terms of collecting, they are simply not my priority. And so, with all the stuff that every single group puts out there on what feels like a daily basis, I just simply don't really get around to collecting TXT in the way that I would like to. Like, I would love to collect more, but it just doesn't really happen. Okay, then we have Enhypen, and I collect Niki, and I only collect his album photo cards. So it is also a short but sweet collection. It definitely works really well in 9 pockets, but I am kind of thinking of putting it in a mini binder. Okay, and then it's Tempest, and I collect Hanbin and Hwarang, but I only have their It's Me, It's We sets complete. And then these are the cards that I pulled for Shining Up and On and On. Sadly, I have not been able to get any more of their cards, but that is definitely something that I would like to do in 2023. And I also think that Tempest is probably going to end up in a mini binder. I'm trying a mini binder for the first time, so we'll just see, you know, how I get along with it. But I feel like it would be really ideal for Tempest. And then we have my BTS collection. And this is definitely very much still under construction as well, but I still love it dearly. And this is actually, you know, I have actually changed the order in this binder to start with the most recent comeback and then, you know, just go all the way back. And I do genuinely really like it. It's just nice to add on new pages at the beginning of the binder. I definitely still want to get Tae's card. I said this in my update as well, but I love this page so much. It is such a random page, but it really works with the colors. Makes me really happy. And then basically I just have a map of the soul page. And then I just have a love yourself page. And then this is just everything before that page. So it's really random, but I don't know. It works for me that way. And then these are the DVD cards. As you can see, I collect V-Hope. And sometimes I do collect Yoongi as well. And I would really like to move my DVD cards for sure into a mini binder. Just to try how it looks with collecting 2 members and all. Portfolio page, which I can't wait to fill that. I feel like with BTS, I've already cleaned out a lot of the bigger inclusions, and all the stuff that is still in here is truly stuff that I genuinely really love and care about, that means something to me, and that I feel like I wouldn't want to not have in my binder. Okay, and then it's mini photo cards, which that's definitely one of my most prized possessions, just my entire mini photo card collection. And I've definitely cleaned that out a lot as well. I no longer have nearly as many as I had probably just half a year ago. But I do really, really love it. And I'm finally starting to get somewhere with early eras, so that feels really good as well. As you can see, I collect kind of randomly 4 mini photo cards. Obviously, Tae and Hobi are my priority. And then there's, you know, full sets where I do collect OT7 if they had like special cards like these. Sometimes I collect Yoongi as well, as you can see. And then sometimes I collect Jimin, even though that's gotten a little bit rarer as well, simply because of the collection growing so much. You know, it's just starting to get out of hand. But for example, the Chuseok merch of 2021, I still have Jimin's set because I love it so much. These are all really special to me too, because these were like, you know, early on in my army era time. So it's really cool. This is the first time I'm flipping through it and actually having this set complete. So that's really special. This is a replica, by the way. This is the only mini photo card replica set that I have. One day I hope to replace this set with the actual ones, but honestly, so far it has never bothered me to have these fakes in there. I'm hoping to complete this set very soon as well. And these two sets as well, even though Hobi will actually be complete very soon because I have bought the missing one. Okay, and that is it for my BTS binder. Okay, next is my 17 binder, which is so huge, and I started collecting 17 a year ago, so it is very wild to see how full this binder is and how much I have been able to accumulate. But collecting 17 has honestly been so much fun, so it's just really cool to, I don't know, just I love flipping through this binder as well. I feel like, you know, this is my most recent collection, and so I feel like you can tell that I've already like learned so much with how I like to set up things and what things like work for me when it comes to collecting. So I feel like, you know, this binder is really the product of what I have learned from other binders. As you can see, I collect Boo and Dino, and in the more recent eras, I also collect Vernon and DK. I do triple bias Boo, Dino, and DK, and then Vernon is, you know, part of my bias line. I don't even want to call him a wrecker. I don't know. He's just part of my bias line. And so sometimes, you know, I have like 4-member spreads like this, but then a lot of the times I also just collect Boo, DK, and Dino. Sometimes just Boo and Dino, sometimes just Boo and DK, and sometimes just Boo. Boo is my priority because he is my ult in 17. But with stuff like this, it's just so beautiful to be able to collect 4 members, and I don't know, it just brings me a lot of joy that I can kind of go back and forth with these types of things, and, you know, sometimes collect all 4 of them, sometimes just collect 3. And sometimes just have, you know, 9 pocket set ups like this. I don't know, I just really like this collection, and I'm genuinely so happy with it. This is one of my favorite pages of all time. It's perfect. I will definitely not continue to collect their, you know, new comebacks as intensely as I did Face the Sun in Sector 17, but as those were my first comebacks as a carrot, you know, it was just a very special occasion. This is also the only OT13 set that I have, because that was my very first DVD that I purchased. So, you know, just lots of like special memories in here as well. Every once in a while, you will spot a 1-0 as well, and special Hoshi too. But sometimes if it just works out and, you know, there's something that comes with a full set, I do like to keep my 1s as well. This is the birthday merch, and I actually pre-ordered Boo's birthday today, which is really special. Boo's birthday is technically a day after mine, but since, you know, we live in different time zones, it's my birthday when it turns his birthday in Korea. So I'm really excited for this weekend and for our birthdays. there's definitely a bunch of things in here where I would still like to collect DK as well. Like that home set, just to, you know, set it up for 3 members, but we'll see how the year goes. We'll see, you know, what happens with Buseok soon. Obviously, you know, they announced it as like a single album, so I'm expecting there to be like physical things to collect for that as well. And obviously I do bias 2 of the members in Buseok soon, so I feel like it's gonna be wild if that does happen. Okay, and that is my 17 binder. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. It also was just my 1-year carrot anniversary, so this really just means a lot to me, and I'm very, very grateful for 17 and how much joy this collection just brings me. Okay, and then lastly, we have my Monsta X collection. It is my most prized possession. I collect Jooheon, and he's the #1 idol that I collect the most thoroughly. You know, it starts out with a whole bunch of broadcast cards, and I don't collect broadcast cards for anyone else. I don't know. I mean, Monsta X just had a comeback, so I feel like I'm a little bit in my feels as well. I was able to see Monsta X last year at K-pop Flex, and that was just like a really, really special experience, and something that means a lot to me, something that I look back at as one of my favorite memories of the entire year. And oh my gosh, I just really, really love Jooheon a lot. So let's flip through it before I properly start fucking crying. But he was just on Lee Moo-jin service as well, and I love that show so much, and he was so perfect on it. And it's always just very insane to me that he is just such an amazing rapper, but then he also has absolutely heavenly vocals. He's stunning. He's an amazing dancer. He's really funny too, and just like, you know, I feel like can really entertain a crowd as well. And I'm just like, no, he is such an ace. And obviously I'm so excited to collect this new era as well. Jooheon is also the only one that I collect Japanese comebacks for. I get a few cards here and there. Like I have a few, very randomly, a few cards for TXT just because they kind of fit in my binder. And then I did collect 17's Dream as well, just because, you know, I don't know, the cards were beautiful, honestly. But in general, I don't really collect Japanese comebacks. But Jooheon is just different. No, I mean, the truth of it is too that he is just quite easy to collect. And obviously that does make a difference. And he's also honestly like in most of the groups that I collect and very actively stan, he is actually the only one where I only bias one person. So I don't know, you know, that I feel like that makes a difference as well, because for all of these other groups twice I also only collect Jihyo, and I'm very happy with that, but obviously I don't collect her as thoroughly. But for these other groups where I collect, you know, a lot of their stuff, I obviously always have at least 2 biases. And so it makes quite the difference, you know, kind of seeing other people's cards as well and being like, oh my gosh, you know, I want that. Like the amount of times that I've struggled to not get a certain Yoongi card. Like it really is a struggle. And with Monsta X, I don't know, I feel like it's just, I felt so sure. I have a couple of cards just in my box of other members. I have unit cards as well that I do want to set up in this binder one day. But at the end of the day, I just feel very strongly about just wanting to collect Jooheon, and I've never really had the urge to add on any other members to this binder. So I feel like that has an impact on this collection and how I feel about it too. Definitely gonna work on these bigger inclusions for Jooheon as well, but just haven't gotten around to it. Probably not gonna happen super soon either, since, you know, we're gonna have to set up this new comeback and all. But I don't really want to move this collection to a bigger binder since I love this binder. I don't know, I just don't really want to move it out of a big into a bigger binder. But it is starting to get really full, so we have to see about that. But anyway, yeah, that was the final binder that I had to flip through. This was my entire K-pop collection as of the end of 2022. And again, all of these collections just mean a lot to me. And I am so excited to see where all of these collections go in this new year and to see them grow and change. And again, maybe moving a couple of things into a mini binder, which I think is really, really going to work for me for a lot of these groups. So it's just going to be really special. And I am so excited to take you along on that journey. Thank you so much for watching. It really, really means a lot to me. It always means a lot to me, but there's these certain kinds of videos like this one that, you know, it just feels a little bit extra special. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you with another video very soon. Bye.